Hello friends, my name is Shripal Srivastav and I am assistant professor in Galgotia University. Friends, today I am going to discuss with you the globalization. What is the meaning of globalization? So before starting the globalization and its impact, I would like to share you some extra points. The meaning of the LPG. What is the meaning of LPG? Many students, many people says that the meaning of LPG is liquid petroleum gas. Of course, this is the right answer. But if we talking about the international level, then it's mean liberalization, privatization, and the globalization. So before starting the globalization, I would like to discuss with you liberalization and the privatization also. Friends, in 1991, India got the India adopt the policy of LPG, means liberalization, privatization, and globalization. In the liberalization, the government give the permission to you that you can go anywhere, you can do anything. Means the government become liberal so that we can do our business easily. And the privatization means the things, the powers, the administrations are shifting towards the government hands to the private hands. Many times we read out, we saw in the news that the government is, if we talking about the India, the government is selling its shares to the Reliance, to the Tata, to the Ambani, to the private sector hands, right? So suppose electricity is coming from the government side, but abhi, but government are selling this shares to the private hand, so it is calling the privatization. Of course, government cannot see all the things, government cannot facilitate at the every time to their citizens. So to improve the condition, to improve the services, the government sell out the portion, the shares of its own into private hands. That's why it is called the privatization. And now we are moving towards the globalization. The meaning of globalization, the globalization words come from the word global. Global means all over the world. When all the nations come together for a particular purpose, that is called the global, right? All the global is made from the all nations, all countries. That's why it is called the globalization. Now globalization, why we go for the globalization? Say for example, if you are sitting in India and you want to take the product from the outside of India, then how it is possible? Because there is the barriers in among the countries. The two countries, suppose there is the India and China, and both countries impose the barriers, so we cannot go to another country without the permission of the another country. So here the globalization came up for the facility to the nations people to go in anywhere of the world. You can start your business, you can do your FDI, right? So it is the meaning of the globalization, when we can go in any corner of the world and we are liberal, we are free to do, to start our business, whether it is production or whether it is supply of the services, right? So this is the meaning of the globalization. Okay, let's forward to what is the objective of today. What are we, where we are going to discuss different types of things. So in this lecture we will understanding the meaning, to understand the meaning of liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Second one, to understand the power of globalization and to get aware about the advantages and disadvantages of adoption of globalization. So here we will read out all the effects which is coming from the globalization. Suppose we are in the era where we are sitting in India, and suppose we wake up in the morning and the furnitures which is using we we are using, that is the Eka furniture. And after getting the fresh, and when we are going to start for ready for the office, and we are wearing the jeans, that is the Levi's, which is producing in another country, right? We are wearing the shirt that is manufacturing in another country. We are uh, wearing the shoes which is producing in another country. After that, we are using the car Toyota, which is produced in another country, right? After that, we reach in the office, and the headquarter of that office in, suppose, US and UK. You are using the mobile phone, that is the Nokia, and you are talking with your relatives, your beloveds, yeah, your parents, and you are using that phone that is already manufacturing by the another country. So here you are seeing that different types of product you are using from morning to evening, and all the products are, that's not necessary to produce in India. They are, some of the products you are using, that product is manufacturing in India, and some of the products which are manufacturing in from outside of the India, right? So already you become the part of the globalization, means you in a city where you are using different types of product, and in that product, some of the products are manufacturing in India, some products are manufacturing out of India, and still you are using the products, right? Here you are sitting in India, and you use the internet. Now you order the products that is manufacturing in uh, suppose you are giving the order of Lenovo mobile, right? So it is manufacturing in China. So you are using the different types of product at the same time in your country. So what is the meaning of globalization? The globalization is the word used to describe the growing independence of the world's economy, culture, and population. Yes, of course, when we go for the globalization at that condition, what we have to do, we will establish our business in another country, and we are exchanging the economy with that country, we are exchanging the culture of that country, and we are also sharing the population of that country, right? So if we are producing our product, if we are going for the international level, and we are doing some business with another country, so what is the mean of that? Is it's mean that we are sharing the product, we are sharing the economies, we are sharing the culture and the population and many things to with the another countries. So one countries do these things, and another country also follow this procedure, and doing this procedures, this is called the globalization. It is saying the brought about cross-border trade in goods and services, technology, and flow of investment, people, and information. Uh, it's mean when we are going to do a business out of the country, we cross border out of the country, means there is the barrier between the two countries, right? If we are talking about the US and India, or if we are talking about the China and Japan, there is the some cross border, or there is the some boundaries between these two countries, right? So when a person want to go in another country, they have to take the permission from that country. And in the case of globalization, each and everyone is free to go anywhere and can establish their business. If we are talking about the business, then it can be a goods and services, right? Many times we are also exchanging the technology with the other countries. Say for example, if we are talking about the Japan is sharing their technology to make the bullet train in India. So of course we are also exchanging the technology and flow of investment. If we are talking about the flow of investment, then it's mean then it mean then it mean it is the refer with the FDI also, right? Globalization is a growth on a worldwide scale. It is the process of integration and international influence of economic and culture. We are exchanging the culture, we are exchanging the economy among the countries, right? So we are, when we are going for the globalization, it's mean we are going for the worldwide scale. We are providing the goods and services to different types of countries. So it is the international business, we can say it is the international business, and it is the process of the integration. Integration means the combine. So each and every country is combined, is integrated with another country, right? Okay, so we are moving to a next slide. That is the it is continuing. Actually, globalization refer to the trend towards a more integrated global economic system, where the system is integrated, all the countries are free to go anywhere. So it is referred to the trend where the more integrated economic system is built. If we talk about the globalization, then there is two key factor of the globalization. The first one is the globalization of market, and the second one is the globalization of product. If we want to go for the globalization, if we go for the international trade, then of course we have to secure, we have to raise, we have to capture the market in international level, right? And if we are market, if we are capturing the market at the international level, so of course either we are providing the services and the product, so the product should be the worldwide level. So there is the two key factors which we are going to discuss. The first one is the market, globalization of market, and the second one is the globalization of the product. So okay, globalization of market. What is the globalization of market? Globalization is the market where each and every country get a single market, and they can sell, they can purchase their product from one market. The market entry is open for each and everyone, whether it is the developed country, whether it is the developing country. So globalization of market means historically and different nation market into one huge global marketplace. When all the market comes into huge global level, international level, then it is called the globalization of market. For example, we can take the Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is a company which is selling their product in different types of nation. Here I would like to get some your attention that in each and every country there is a lot of population, and the taste, the behavior, uh, the behavior and the buying patterns are different person to person and country to country. So you must have to focus the uh, on the demand of the product and on the taste of the population, that which types of taste they are lacking. So if you are going for the international trade, you are establishing your business in different nations, then you have to, you can survive only in that condition when you give the proper taste to their customers, right? Whatever you have the product, that product is liked by the that country's population. If we talk the another example of Starbucks, McDonald's, if we are talking about the McDonald's, there is only one country, India, where the veg burgers are available. Otherwise, if we see in the south countries, in the American, West America, South America, Middle America, even they are like the burgers which is with the seafoods, right? Seafoods के साथ में with the seafoods, they like to prefer the burger. So Eka Furniture, I already take the example before this slide when we start the discuss about the globalization. So these are some international brand which are available in all over the world, whether we talk about the India, whether we talk about the China, Japan, US, UK, any Colombia, any company. So these are the market of the globalization, where the company are producing the product and they are capturing more and more market from the point of view selling. Okay. Next, globalization of production. I already told you that there is the two key factors of the globalization. The first one is the market and the second one is the production. So if we go with the production means a company when go on the international level, and the company when want to produce something, it always refer to the area, to the country where this where the company can get cheap labor, cheap material, cheap energy, availability of land, availability of labor. So first of all, we have to see where we can produce our product, in which corner of the world we have to produce our product, so that the cost of the product should be minimized. See, there is a lot of competition in the local market. If we are talking about the international market, then this competition bigger and bigger. So in case when we are selling our product in the international level, it's mean we have to keep the the importance, the value of the product, and of course the cost should be minimized, so that you can compete with your competitor, with you can compete with your rival, so that come you can capture the more market shares. The globalization of product refer to the sourcing of goods and services from locations around the globe to take advantage of national differences in the cost and quality of factor of production. If you're talking about the factor of production, so it's mean the factor of production comes the factors of the production is like labor. Second one is the energy, whether it is the power, whether it is the water, the availability of the raw material, the availability of the land, the availability of the capital. So there is a the lot of factors which affect your production. So if you are dealing in the production, so you have to ensure that the cost of your product should be minimized, so that you can compete with your rival. Say for example, China's Lenovo, right? Lenovo is the company which is related to the China. The Lenovo's computer manufacturing acquired IBM PC division to help the company become a global player in the market, right? The Lenovo, what happened? The Lenovo want to capture the uh, the computer market all over the world. So company, what company has done? The company have acquired the IBM's, which is the part of the US company. Its PC division acquired by the Lenovo. And thanks the company's ThinkPad is designed in the US but assembled in Mexico, using parts from Thailand, Malaysia, and South Korea. So in this example, you are seeing there is a lot of company which are providing the component of the Lenovo computer, right? So the China is producing the product, but it is hiring the components from the different types of company, which is including South Korea, Malaysia, Thailand, US, right? So that the company's production should be minimized, and nobody can compete your product. Your company cannot become at the competition level with your company. So it is the globalization of the product. I hope you are well understanding what I am saying. Okay, friends. Now we are moving towards the next slide, the advantages and disadvantages of the globalization. So there is a always critics and in favor of anything, right? If you are talking about your father, there is a lot of people who who likes your father, and there's a lot of people who dislike you for that. In the same way, if we talk about the globalization, the critics is also there. Some people, some country are in the favor to the globalization, but as well as there is some countries, some nations are against of the globalization. The perception of those companies and the favors companies who are favoring the globalization have the different aspect of the perception, right? If we talk about the advantage, it increased trade, right? It increased trade means you are able to do your trade with different types of countries. You can manufacturing your product in different types of countries, so it is on a one market global place, so it increase the trade, right? Greater choice of goods mean I can purchase the Lenovo computer, I can purchase the Dell computer, I can purchase the uh, HP computer. So there is a lot of option with me. So it is the advantage of the globalization. The second one is saying the generator competition. Generator competition means if there is the competition, if there is a big competition, then definitely the price get down, and ultimate the profit will take by the consumer. So there is the lot of competition, and the price, a consumer will get price as minimum. So in the uh, in the globalization, we can say that we are getting better things in minimum price. That is the advantage of the globalization. And the second one is saying the economic of scale. Economic of scale means the uh, the country are growing, and the economy of the developing countries are getting much better. Increased capital and labor mobility. The labor mobility and capital is also increasing through the globalization. There is a lot of labor are available in different types of companies, so mobility of the labor and company is there. Tax avoidations, that is the disadvantage of the globalization, because if we talk about the if we talk about the globalization, then it's mean we are producing the goods in that country where tax is minimum. So we are going to save the tax. We can go for the globalization. Next is saying structure unemployment. Definitely where we get the cheap labor, cheap material, we go there for the production. So in this case, the developed countries all are always suffer from the loss of the unemployment and monopoly power of the multinational the company. This is also is this is also a disadvantage of the globalization, because there is a lot of country who are monopoly of the multinational. Some of the countries are running to the all nations. That is the monopoly, right? So friends, I hope you are getting understand, you are getting all the slides. And